So the difference between a specialist PR agency and a multi-industry agency is that one focuses all of its work and all of its skill in one sector, and the multi-industry one has experience that spans a number of different sectors. I think generalist as an agency term dumbs down what a multi-industry agency actually does, because it makes it sound like you're jack of all trades and master of none, which isn't true. To do PR well means that you're communicating with an audience, and that should be able to translate into almost any sector. There are occasions where understanding that audience and it being so unique means that a sector specialist does work for you, because the mechanism to reach that audience is so prescriptive according to the industry. So, for example, if you're working in pharmaceuticals, if you are a business that needs to do lobbying, or you've got investor relations, the world in which you're operating in works in such a way that knowing and understanding that gives you an advantage. So those would be an occasion where working with a sector specialist agency would make sense, but pretty much any other industry, could work with a multi-industry agency. Choosing an agency for your business is a big deal. There is a misconception that a sector-specific agency brings with it less risk because it is somehow specialised in your industry or your business, and therefore will do a better job. That actually isn't true unless you are working in such a niche that your entire universe operates differently to any other business industry. If you work with a multi-industry agency, what you get is different because you have a more objective view. If you work with a sector-specific agency, you will get preconceived ideas about what works for your business in that industry. You will be more likely to get off-the-shelf work for your business. The agency is more likely to say, we know what works for you, we've done this before. Fresh thinking is harder if you are steeped in an industry and you don't have that outside perspective. One of the benefits of working with a third-party agency of any kind is that you get that objectivity, which you lose sight of when you're in-house. And so to narrow that opportunity by working with a sector-specific agency would be a shame. A multi-industry agency will bring you bespoke thinking. It will bring creativity and lessons from other industries. Just think about how many people have read any of Steve Jobs' books about how to do well in business, even though they don't work in tech. It's exactly the same principle. You apply lessons from elsewhere, what's worked here, what's worked there. It enables you to innovate and do something new, be the first in your field to do something because you're not doing it the same as everybody else. You are also better set up to enter new markets if you decide to diversify your business, and more importantly, have no conflict of interest. You will be the only client in that sector, perhaps, for that agency. You're not going to be competing for column inches against all the other brands that are just like you. I think that's really important. If you are a senior marketer trying to make a decision between different types of agencies, my advice would be to work with an agency that has in-sector expertise, but out-of-sector creativity. That's the perfect bridge between a sector specialist and a more generalist or multi-industry agency. You have sector experience, but that broader creativity that can add to that. So you'll find multi-industry agencies will have buckets of experience based on the nature of their work, maybe across 3 to 5 different industries. Find one like that that fits your business.